All right, it finally happened. I got a gimbal. Okay, today we're talking about the A1000. If you like reviews like this, using travel products, camera products, trip, things like that, go and think about liking and subscribing down below. We love it. Become part of our community. We love hearing from you guys on what you think about the things we review or the places we go. So today it's the Feiyutech A1000. This is a pretty cool gimbal. It gives you a lot for your money. That's the thing. You get single handle and dual handle for a price that's really competitive. So I'm going to today show you kind of my first impressions of it, what's in the box. I have already gone into it. I'm one of those guys. I can't hold back. I got to open it when it gets here. But I repackaged it all for you so you guys get to see what it's actually like when you open up the box. But I can give you my first impressions. I've only played with it for a few minutes. So just to give you guys an idea, though, of how it actually works. Let's break into this thing right now. Okay, first off, huge box. This thing is not small. It's ridiculously big, but it's packaged really well. It's not gonna get like messed up when it's getting shipped here, which is cool. I don't think. It came in a giant, I mean, huge Amazon box, like seriously big. If you're interested in this thing, by the way, we're gonna have links down in the description. It is really, really cool. So first off, they don't skimp on the packaging of the actual carrying case. This thing is built. It's like a fabric on the outside. It's probably covered inside of like a hardboard case that's on the inside. Maybe cardboard, but like really thick, pretty durable. Like it feels pretty good, but if something big fell on it, it'll probably crease it. It'll probably mess it up. It's not like a actual hard case. Double zippers, open this thing up. It flaps open, goes all the way. Doesn't get in your way or anything like that. It's kind of nice. A lot of cases, I feel like, only like open to here or something. So this makes it a lot simpler, you know, when you're just trying to open your stuff up. Comes with a nice zippered area up here where you can throw cables. That's where your little welcome stuff is, so you can actually, you know, read through all that documentation if you want. Then inside, you've got this cover. This thing actually flips forward like this, and it reveals all of the pieces. This thing is like a sniper rifle when you open it up. It is so tactical looking with everything laid out. It's insane. So really cool though. When you open this, you feel like, man, I'm a cinematographer. Like, where's Spielberg at? Are you over there? Are you over there? I don't know where you are, but we're about to do some serious filming. Okay, dual handles. Let me just show you why this thing is ridiculously awesome. Dual handles. Okay, I don't know how much I'm actually going to use dual handles, but so dual handles, they cover the like sensor connecting area with this little like rubber cover, which is nice. And then on the actual handle, you get joystick controls, you get the camera control. If your camera supports it, it uses a cable system that only works with some cameras. It didn't seem to work with my Canon M50. I think that's because Canon didn't put an actual shutter release cord system. It's all through Bluetooth. So newer camera, older gimbal, that part didn't work, but all the other features worked. So it also has on the dual handle tripod mounts everywhere. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here. There's one here, there's one here, there's one on the bottom. They're everywhere. If you want to mount lights, if you want to mount an external monitor, if you want to mount a external microphone, all that stuff, you are not going to have a problem finding a tripod mount. So they're everywhere. So let's set this guy right here, dual mount, really cool. It also comes with the single handle. So it comes with this guy right here, which is a little flip out tripod. This is really nice to have. I'll show you why. It screws in here. Comes with it, so you don't have to go buy another one. I hate it when products really need an accessory and they don't include it. Like, just give me what I need. It can go with a wide stance like this, or you just pull these down, you rotate the bottom, and then it actually can be like a taller stand with less of a spread of the legs. Not as sturdy, but taller. So you just figure out which one you want. So there is the single handle. It also has the cover on top that protects it. So I'm going to set this here. Next up is the actual gimbal head itself. So the gimbal head is separate from, man, it is seriously in there. That's the one thing about this case, is that every time you go somewhere, if you bring this big old professional case, you got to pull out each piece like this and put it all together. It does come with this strap so that it doesn't like spin all around in there, and that's kind of nice. You can take this off like this, Velcro strap, and then we're going to use the dual handle for this because it sits so nicely right here on the table. So we take the rubber cap off the bottom of the gimbal head. You line up the pins. There's 4 really big pins that don't actually, they're just like posts. They're not electronic. And then there's these really like fragile looking electronic spring mounted pins. But if you just line up the big ones, I had no problem doing this. Lines up like that, and then there's a metal collar that you spin to tighten it down. Everything is metal on this. It is really nice. The materials are great. It's either rubber or metal, pretty much. I don't feel any plastics on it. After you do that, you spin this so that the back motor, the rear motor, which is at a 45-degree angle, so nice. Most of the gimbals, it's at a 90-degree, so it's directly in front of your monitor, which is so annoying. Why would you put the motor right there? It's crazy. So this one has it at a 45. That was a huge reason why I picked up this gimbal. It also has a quick release plate, which is great. So you mount your camera, you can slide this right off if you want to use this quick release. I put another quick release mount on top of it because that quick release mount I use on everything already, so it made it easier just to slap the camera on. You adjust all the axes by just loosening these red thumb screws, sliding them to get your camera balanced. Having your camera balanced is key to any gimbal. Otherwise, all of the motors are going to work so hard that they're going to eventually burn out on you. So you don't want that. So you want to get your camera as balanced as you could. This balanced my Canon M50 no problem with the 11 to 22 millimeter wide angle lens on it. So it did fine with that weight, which is around 1,000 grams or so, which this was originally rated for, and then through firmware updates, I believe takes you up to 1.7 kilograms or 1,700 grams. So that gives you an idea of how much of the weight it can actually carry. Once you get it set up here, you put your camera there, you get it all ready to go, you boot it up. Now, you're never supposed to turn on your gimbal without having a camera balance because it won't know what to do. It's too light, it's going to go all haywire, so I'm not going to boot it up now. But to run it, you run it with these 18650 batteries. These are standard batteries you've seen in a lot of places. These are actually what's inside of a Tesla car. If you break down that battery pack that's inside there, it's a billion of these things, which is so crazy to me. But these are really tried and true batteries, so you can get them online. If you use these for a long time and you need new ones, you can get more. The other thing I really like is that they use these batteries. They're a lot lighter weight. If you put a ton of battery in the handle, then when you go to carry it, the thing is so heavy. With just these two little ones, if you halfway through, let's say you got like 6 hours of shooting, I think is what you get out of these, which is a lot. If you needed more than that, you just pop these out, you pop the other ones in, you're good to go. If you needed even more than that, it comes with the charger, right? Obviously, to charge. It's a nice durable charger, good spring loaded and everything, good plastic, feels like sturdy. It's branded, it's not a no-name charger they just got from a parts bin in some factory. It's actually like a pretty good little unit, but it's micro USB, so if you need to charge it on the go, you could. I don't know if you're really gonna need to. This thing gives you a lot of power for the size of the batteries, so. But these are the batteries, these are the charger. It comes with 4 of these batteries, so you can keep 2 inside the dual handle if you want, and keep 2 inside this, because the batteries stay on this right-hand side, or inside the single handle right here. It also comes with all the cords like I was talking about earlier. This is how you plug the camera actually into the gimbal if you have a Sony camera or a Canon camera that uses this type of connection. It also, I believe, has the Panasonic connection in here. I think you can get other cables too. If you have a specific camera, you can contact Feiyutech and they have different ones that connect it. But that is what comes inside the case. This video was really meant just to show you a first impression video of what it is, what comes inside the box. Now, I'll tell you, in the little while that I've used it, I haven't used it very long. We'll see if this continues, but I am getting a very strange shake from the camera. I'll be using it. Let's say I go from a normal position of holding the gimbal like this to a gimbal movement where it goes to upside down, inverted. If I stay at that 45-degree angle too long, all of a sudden the camera starts to rumble. I don't know what's directly causing it. I don't know if it's switching from one motor to the other motor. Like when that moment happens, it starts to shake. I've tried playing with the motor settings. Anytime I raise the motor settings above what the defaults are, the camera just starts shaking like crazy. So I don't know. Is that just this gimbal? Is that all gimbals? I'm not 100%. But at the moment, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this gimbal or not because of that. So tomorrow I'm going to Cars and Coffee. It's a weekly car meet where a whole bunch of local people and people from all over bring their cars, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to try shooting for 20 or so minutes. I'm going to set a time limit for myself. I'm going to shoot with a gimbal, and then I'm going to shoot with a handheld. All the same lens, the same camera. I'm not going to use slow-mo. I'm just going to do it right out of what can I get, what kind of footage can I get using these tools, or versus just using a handheld camera, and figure out which one is right for me. So I think that all camera equipment is a very personal choice. There is no right answer for everything, so you really have to try gear, see what works for you. Gimbals for me have been mixed in the past. I've used the phone gimbals before, and those are okay. I always think it's limiting because there's something in between me and the camera for movement, and it's difficult for me to understand what language does this gimbal speak in movement and what language does it put out and tell the camera. Meaning, I think that by moving this way, I think the camera's gonna do this, versus when I just hold a camera, I know that when I move this way, the camera's gonna move the way I'm telling it to. So I think there's pros and cons to every piece of gear, including gimbals, but we're gonna see how it goes tomorrow. So I'm gonna link to that video though right up here in the card and in the end screen. So if you want to check out that video, if you want to see more about this, definitely check that video. I hope this video helped. I hope that seeing how the products look in real life and the real size of them give you a better idea of how big the A1000 is and if it would be the right fit for you. So if you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, leave comments down below, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or anything like that, or your opinion on it. I'd love to hear it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.